topic. We have to talk about Kobe, and I wanted to talk about this here. Hold on, because I'm about to go in real quick. I got some notes on this computer. Can you click the note app?
Absolutely. Here,
and then click this right here.
You wrote it.
Yeah, there are some points that
You wrote cliff notes.
Yes, there are some points that I wanted to make sure got hit, and each point I'm gonna let Daniel speak to. Like, we're gonna go back and forth because I just want to talk about more so things that I feel like weren't handled properly when it comes to the Kobe situation. But before we go into it, just want to do a moment of silence for Kobe, his daughter, and the other family, as well as the pilot that was involved. Now, here are the things that I want to hit. The conspiracies, okay? I feel like it's very disrespectful. I feel like it's an obvious money grab. I feel like we're not the only podcast talking about Kobe, but I'm pretty sure we're one of the small few that's going to be talking about him in a way that we disagree how the majority of people are talking about him, because everybody has a conspiracy theory on their podcast, on their YouTube channel, and I just think that it's really disrespectful. Helicopters accidents happen, car accidents happen, plane accidents happen. It was an accident. Like, it was an accident. I actually was listening. I listened to the footage of the pilots talking to air control. I don't really know how that works. You probably know more than me.
Yeah.
And everything seemed normal. And then out of nowhere, it just went blank. Like, it was an accident. It was no, like, and you know how you could see on the radar. You could see on the radar, and there's like little X's and stuff that mark mountains and like little stuff, and you could see the helicopter go off, and then it went straight into, and then it just disappeared. Like, it was an accident, and I think the conspiracy theories are just gross.
All I'd have to say to touch on that aspect of it is, like you said, things happen, and statistically, you're more likely to get into a car accident and die than like an airplane accident. But where the statistics are altered tremendously, or as if it's like a small craft, like one of those little propeller jet airplanes that land in the smaller airports, or like a personal jet or a helicopter, etc., etc. But I saw a chart of their flight plan. Like, you heard it. I saw the actual thing, and basically it was just a foggy ass day. It was a real foggy day, and like you said, they lost control. But a recent development I read is that his helicopter was a Russian one, and it didn't have an altitude sensor. Like, it had a gauge, but usually, like, aircrafts, if you get too low to any surface at any altitude, beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, because on the thing it even said, it was like, yo, you're a little bit too low. Like, they kept trying to tell him, and then they're like, hey, do you still want to land at this spot? Like, hey, what's going on? Like,
yeah, honestly, if they were in a place with less rugged terrain, flying at any, like, if you're in Florida, you don't have to fluctuate between 100 feet in the air and damn 1,700 feet.
Right,
you know?
Right.
California is a whole different demon when it comes to that, but sad.
Right, because here we be having planes flying so close, like we
Big
live close
ones.
to a private airport, so people be flying their planes like low as here, because we don't have any really terrains, and if we do have stuff, it's all man-made. So it's just very like all leveled, and it's.
Lil Duval has a small ass
right.
plane.
Lil Duval has a little plane,
and right above our house, and the fucking crazy, it's ridiculous. But
so the next thing that I want to talk about, which is something that it's so crazy because like being on Twitter, it has its pros and cons, which we're going to talk about later on in one of our later topics today. But being on Twitter, I usually see it in action. Like, I see it in real time before it goes viral. And I remember seeing in real time before I got off the internet, because just like I could see a lot of you guys in the chat, like when I saw that Kobe died, like I feel like everybody had the same reaction. Like Daniel was just like Kobe Bryant passed, and he was like Kobe Bryant passed, and I was like Bryant. He was like yeah Kobe Bryant. And I was like what? So I saw this girl on Twitter, and she made a post, and she basically said, it's a shame that all of his estate and all of his assets are going to be going to a white woman. And she tried to make it about interracial relationships and how black men go at white women. And I'm not even gonna get started because she is one of them woke people on Twitter, because I've noticed that on Twitter a lot of non-white people fetishize being with older rich white men, but then the second, or not even old and rich, just a white guy in general that showers them with gifts and does whatever and blah blah blah, it's viewed as a win. But then when the black dude goes with the white lady, it's like this demonic thing. That's a story for a different time in the podcast. We'll get back to it. But who the fuck cares? That's his wife. His wife lost a child. Yeah. Like his wife's kids lost a sibling. Like,
well, didn't we talk about that on the last podcast when the line is drawn between like ignorance and prejudice and racism? Race shouldn't have anything to do with why you're upset with somebody in the world. That should not be a factor, because
like they have kids.
Not only do they have kids, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say what I was about to say, because this man is gone. People need to have a little bit more respect. That too, have
more respect.
But they've been through a lot together. That's all I was about to say. They've been together since what,
high school?
But I'll leave it at that.
Like, what the fuck? And then, like what you said, it's nobody's freaking business. Really like, it's nobody's business, and it's like everybody is feeling so entitled to everything. And I get it, because I agree. When I saw people online saying this feels similar to when Michael passed, the first 2 days, what are you looking at?
No, I was just making sure, because I was about to touch on something else, but if it was already one of your cliff notes, I wasn't gonna like infringe on your,
But yeah, I feel like in the first 2 days it was similar to Michael passing, but I forgot where I was going with that, because I got sidetracked.
All because I was looking at you ridiculous. No, but what you were saying is something along the lines of they shouldn't. We were saying they shouldn't care if she's
it's
white.
Like people are treating him like a non-human. That's what I wanted to say. Like, people are treating him like a possession just because they idolize him and they view him as a legend. They're treating him like a possession. Like, they still own him even in death, and it's just really weird. And it's very ironically, a month ago, there was a meme of Kobe and his daughter who passed, and they were sitting courtside at the game laughing and talking with each other, and that was like a viral video that was going around. So even people felt possessive of his daughter, and it's just really weird. Like, you don't know these people in real life, and you got to remember that these are humans. And please do not treat them I'm tired of seeing people online treating her like how people treated Lauren, because I really thought that people were going to learn from how people treated Lauren when Nipsey passed. How people treated Lauren was fucking gross. And it's just like, it took a minute for people to start being like, oh yes, Lauren. Look. But in the beginning, people was talking about how they were going to smash her. People talking about, oh, is she really going to be able to do this? Is she really going to, like, y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill. And I'm not talking about y'all. You know what I'm generalizing. Like, these people need to chill.
Yeah, for real. Because ain't no telling who's going to see this as a highlight. Maybe not in that snippet, but...
What should I type in?
Here, all you have to do is type in racist news anchor Kobe. Look at that.
Wow.
Ain't that... She's fucked. Jeez. Right there.
Who is Teflon TV? I don't want to fucking steal their shit.
Nah, dude, right there. Just click
this?
that. Yes. Right there. 8 seconds. Boom. Straight to the thing.